Welcome back. We've got a plan, and that's to take away the independence from Crossbell, which seems very strange. But let's do the rounds on the Macabre before we see about doing that after we do some monster extermination quests as well. Fortunately, there isn't much security around the booster site. It's completely outside of the CDF and Jaeger's patrol routes. If we head straight there with the Macabre, we should finish without being interrupted. As for how the Declaration of Invalidity will change things and shape the future, only the goddess knows the answer to that. How will this Declaration of Invalidity change things and shape the future? Only the goddess knows the answer to that. The Defense Force and Jaegers are on high alert as a result of Speaker McDowell being freed. As things stand, it is dangerous to land the Macabre anywhere. I figured. In that case, we should focus our efforts on the plan at the booster site. Agreed. All that remains is to choose the plan's start time. Speak to me again once you are ready to begin. It's currently impossible to land the Macabre due to enemy forces being on high alert. You should focus on what we need to do at the booster site. We're all set to travel there when you're ready. Speak to me once the time comes. The time hasn't come. Click, clack, click, clack. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What are you up to, friend? Oh, hey, Lloyd. I was just testing the microphone and camera. We can send images and sound from the Macabre's terminal to basically anywhere via the Orbital Net. Hello, my name is Francisca, and I love my big sister Noe more than anyone in the world. Yep, it's picking up everything hunky-dory. Something about being around Fran that's relaxing even in circumstances like these. Send images and sound from the Macabre's terminal to basically anywhere via the Orbital Net. Need to make sure everything's working right so Speaker McDowell can deliver his speech to the citizens. Hey, is it time to start the operation yet? Just give me the word and I'll start hacking. Something one's fired up. I've got to get back at these creeps for locking me up for so long in a place of no terminal. Just wait and see. I'm going to send that old geezer's face and voice to each and every terminal in Crossbell. Please don't call him an old geezer. Fiona, even in times like this, you need to be polite and address him as Speaker McDowell. Fine, sheesh. You're such a drag. Let's get this show on the road. Gotta get back at those creeps for locking me up for so long in a place without a terminal. Especially that devil lady, Maria Bell. I'm going to teach her a lesson she'll never forget. Fiona really knows how to hold a grudge. Yes, he does. We're really going through with the Declaration of Invalidity. Why can I not invalidity? I can do validity. So invalidity. Invalidity. I don't know. Invalidity plan, huh? We're pretty much good to go now that Speaker McDowell has his statement in order. Oh boy, I'm starting to get nervous. Maybe I should go do some vocal warm-ups on the deck. Yeah, pretty much the same. Are you ready, Speaker McDowell? Yes, I'm ready to declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid when you need me. I can do invalid. Weird. I give you my word that Henry McDowell will not pull any punches with this one. However, the words will still be an answer to what Dieter has said in the past. Thank you. You needn't thank me, Lord. How that declaration will be received by the people is what truly remains to be seen. I may no longer be the orator that Dieter is today, but I shall do my utmost to convey my sincerity. There is something I must do. It's imperative that every Crossbellan consider the future of this land. All set. Counting on you. I'm ready to declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid when you need me. That declaration will be received by the people is what truly remains to be seen. I no longer be the orator. That's just the same. It won't take long for Speaker McDowell's speech to take effect all around Crossbell. My guess is it's going to become even easier for the two resistance groups to act. This could be the turning point we've been waiting for. Won't take long for Speaker McDowell's. We're waiting for. There we go. With that, your treatment should be complete. I am once again in your debt, Tio. Isai, were you injured in the battle earlier? Yes, by those Red Constellation fools. The wound itself should heal rather quickly, but I was surprised to be hit in the first place. It's unwise to compare them to the Defense Force. In any case, the ambush served its purpose as a diversion, but it won't work on them a second time. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, you were a big help. Thanks for everything, Zite. As you well know, thanks are unnecessary. Now then, considering that you have recovered your comrades, Lloyd, it would seem there is no need for me to accompany you anymore. I will take my place on the reserve, the same as before. Remember, you can always call me if you require assistance. You mean by utilizing the orbital waves that my staff can generate? Understood, Zite. Also, I will utilize my original form when you require help in battle. Making the monster roam around my prey will be as simple as ever. I'm sure it will be. It'll be reassuring to see you run while in Holy Beast mode. Well, Zeit, as always, I look forward to working alongside you. It's only for a short while, but enjoyed fighting alongside Zeit. I owe him more than I could ever repay for all the protection he has lent us. You have grown to the point where my protection is no longer necessary. I shall return to the back lines as I was before. You can have Tio call me if you need me. I'll come running to your aid in my original form as well. Making the monsters roaming around my prey will be as simple as ever. Oh. Looks like they're having lunch, but without lunch. I'll be lending a hand with the hacking process from that terminal over there. The Orbital network is a little outside of my area of expertise, but I can at least help with the macabre system structure. If it's for the mission, then I'll do whatever I can to help. I'm going to shake the legitimacy of Crossbell's independence to its core. It means that the Defense Force's legitimacy will be called into question too. Commander Balls can handle the aftermath, but the resulting unrest does concern me a little. We should consider ourselves lucky the two major powers are preoccupied with civil war and turmoil. We deliver the Declaration of Invalidity now, which would cause confusion among all of the CDF's forces. We should consider ourselves lucky turmoil, civil war. If we broadcast the Declaration of Invalidity, the CDF is probably going to pull back and see what happens. Red Constellation, though? They're in Dieter's pocket, so they aren't going to care one way or the other. Actually, nah, they might even get more ballsy than they usually are. Anyway, point is, we gotta be on guard. And after the Declaration of Invalidity... yeah. When I came to Crossbell as Yin, I never envisioned one day fighting to protect it. Perhaps it's too late to come to such a realization. I feel this is a role that I don't deserve. However, the fates of Crossbell and Arkansas are one and the same. I'll give protecting them everything I have. Alright, let's check the deck. We're about to formally declare the independent state... I'm keeping these in. We're about to formally declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid. Like, that's fine. It all comes down to timing the hacking correctly. I'm usually never this nervous. I know what you mean, and I can't blame you. You need to come to terms with it. Fact is, what we're planning will end the temporary peace that Crossbell has right now. I wonder if we're doing the right thing. Including the others have given Crossbellans peace and protection from Erebonia and Calvard. There's so many innocent people enjoying it. And here we are, trying to rip it away from them. I know. This so-called peace is only possible because President Croy and the others are exploiting Kia. Citizenry has no idea what they're doing. Most of this happy little lie. Something we can't possibly let continue. You're right. I could never accept a peace that was obtained by sacrificing Kia's happiness and well-being. Thank you, Lloyd. Chatting with you was just what I needed to let go of these doubts. Anytime, Ellie. I'm going to take Kia back. Naming this operation will be the first step in making it happen. Right. Let's give it our all. I'm not sure whether or not declaring Crossbell's bid for independence invalid is the right thing to do. And I know that I could never accept peace that was obtained by sacrificing Kia's happiness and well-being. Cannot fail. If we're to take Kia back, then this operation is the first step, and we will succeed. Okay. Right, so monsters appeared is what we're thinking about now. So where have we got to go? Oh, God. So I nearly ended up going back outside then. Okay, check requests. So we've done you. So Main's Mountain Power... Main's? I'm all over the place today, really am. It's the heat, I'm telling you. It's the heat. Mines Mountain Path. Where? Don't know. Old America Road, that's another one. But, again, where? Ursula Road. I don't know. Let's go find them. I'm wondering how quick it will be, whether or not I'll have to edit stuff out. Travel in the Macabre. So let's go for the Ursula Road one. Ooh. Can I not... Can I only go to there now? We're not allowed to do anything else. Alright. Puts a plan in the works, doesn't it? We can use the experimental signal booster to hack the orbital net and broadcast the Declaration of Invalidity. We have to do this. Are we ready? Yes? Are we gonna get into a fight? Tangram Hill wireless booster site. Cameras are all set. Sound check is done too. Now arriving at airspace directly above the booster. We can begin when you're ready. Okay, here we go. You ready, Speaker McDowell? Yes, let's begin. Here goes nothing. Now hacking the orbital net from the booster site signal. The orbital net is just very weird. No, you could have had this as a fun little mini-game. Might get more DP if you hit all the red boxes with circles around. Like, what even are these? Information caches? Yes. Got control of the communication system. Switching to the main camera. Got it. Ahem. Good morning, Crossbell. This is reporter Grace Lynn of the Crossbell News Service coming to you live. To be clear, the following broadcast is not endorsed by the CNS. I am here of my own volition to deliver this broadcast to you independently. There is someone here I would like to introduce. I give you Speaker Henry McDowell, representative of the autonomous state of Crossbell. Good morning. I am speaking to all the citizens of Crossbell and everyone who may be watching this broadcast. I, Henry McDowell, am Speaker of the Diet of the Autonomous State of Crossbell. As I'm sure you're all aware, former Mayor Croy has recently declared the founding of the independent state of Crossbell. Furthermore, a military organization known as the Crossbell Defense Force was established, while some Crossbellans may welcome both. I urge you to reconsider. Consider whether the state we find ourselves in has truly been the will of the people. Naturally, I know many of you have drawn conclusions about whether our independence is right or wrong already. However, the fact of the matter is that the current government was not established via a democratic process. And that is the truth. Independence was declared under the pretense of several Diet members, myself included, being falsely imprisoned. I am here to say that the Declaration of Independence was made arbitrarily and without the consent of the Crossbell Diet. So I ask, was the referendum's true purpose to gauge the people's willingness to be independent? No. It was merely to determine whether he would follow through with his declaration of intent. The Defense Force, the independent state of Crossbell, and even the President himself are all illegitimate. However, the questions do not end at the legitimacy of this new constitution. There is something just as important I want my fellow Crossbellans to ask themselves. Is what they have done, the state of affairs they have created for our Crossbell and all the continent, truly just? Is it right? That is the question. I have had the opportunity to reflect upon that question with many who I respect. Now, this is how I would like to answer. As a representative of Crossbell State, I hereby emphatically and categorically declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid. He really said it. This will make our job a little easier. Indeed it will. Sergey, was this their doing? You tell me. You know anyone else who could pull this off? Looks like business is about to pick up. Can't really see the bubble though. Can you not see it when you're inside it? There you have it. I'll now recap the events that led to this day. It began with the raid on Crossbell City 2 months ago. How much longer will this swill continue to be broadcast? Found how they gained access to the signal and are in the progress of jamming their broadcast. It should only take a couple of minutes. We've already withdrawn the screens that were in the city. The citizens will be dispersed shortly as well. Not a bad hand to play at a time like this. Clever mix of fact and fiction. That's the mark of a wily old veteran, wouldn't you say? Aren't you forgetting something? This happened because you allowed the speaker to escape from house arrest. Good point. That one is our bad. Though had you allowed us to do things our way from the start, all these nuisances would be dead and this wouldn't have happened. You can chalk that up to the divine child. There's only so far we can go with the SSF if we want to keep her cooperation. It's annoying, but those are the terms we agreed to. This play will likely have a considerable effect on the defense force stationed outside the city too. I'll do what I can to mitigate it. Please do so. It's a little statue of Orcus Tower again. I want one. You know what I'd like to do? Build one out of Lego? I think it's about time we got off our asses too. Heiyue and the Resistance are still out there. Let the hunt begin. I'll take responsibility for getting in touch with Ouroboros. Something needs to be done about the SSS and the church's airship. If you would. That was fun. Your old man isn't cut out for this. I'd like you to consider his foresight as president. This project's ultimate goal is to change the order of power throughout the entire continent. That's something that my father could never hope to do alone. Which is why he's surrounded himself with collaborators that can get the job done. Like the Divine Blade of Wind and his other friend. Precisely. Hey, Daddy! Hold on talking? There she is. Oh, hey, Lady Belle, what's up? As energetic as ever, surely. Have you finished thinking of what we discussed earlier? You mean about being in charge of your private unit? That was kind of fun, but I like what I'm doing already. We could at least wait until I'm out of the room before trying to recruit her away. My apologies. Regarding our last discussion, I'd like to proceed as we planned, if that's alright with you, Sigmund. Fine by me. What are you going to do, lad? I don't recall becoming friends with you, so it's none of your business. I'll do whatever I want. Suit yourself. You're always welcome to roll with us if you want, Walt. I'll put you through the paces. Aren't they so reliable and thoughtful? You think that deadly little daddy's girl is thoughtful? Yes, you'd know a thing or two about that yourself, wouldn't you? Oh, having second thoughts about taking me up on my offer. As if. Finally got the power I deserve thanks to that drug you gave me. Power ain't no one but me can control. That's for certain. There's no one who can match your physical strength when you're demonized, Walt. It's quite fascinating. Thinking of me as some kind of lab rat. That's fine. As long as I get to crush that smug son of a bitch, I'm gonna put him in his place for good. The shockwaves of Speaker McDowell's declaration of invalidity, getting there, slowly spread throughout the state and continent. Due to the barrier, it was unclear just how shaken the city had become. However, unrest spread among the defense force as the chains of command at Belgard Gate and Tangren Gate began to break down. Amidst the chaos, the SSS received a surprising call aboard the Macabre. Douglas, you figured out how to bring down the barrier? Oh. Yes, and in turn, a way to suppress the power of the 3 ions. The key lies in the Great Bells. Great Bells? I mean the ones at Stargazer's Tower in the Moon Temple. Are you suggesting that they're strengthening the barrier and the ions? No, more precisely, the Septarian is what's powering all of them. However, the Septarian is not complete at the moment. For it to perform such miracles over a vast area, the Septarian is likely relying on specific locations to amplify its power. Those locations are what the bells are resonating. Those bells are capable of that? So if we stop the resonance, then you may be able to release the barrier. I believe doing so would also suppress the power of the white ion that destroyed the fortress. At least in theory. Well, it's gotta be worth a try. The barrier and white ion do remain our largest obstacles. Liberating Crossbell City would be impossible as long as those two challenges remain. It means we should prepare to head to Stargazer's Tower and the Moon Temple, right? Yes, as for the third bell, according to Zhao, it was used at the ancient battlefield and then likely taken back to Central Square. Can't possibly reach that one. We can at least still stop the resonance of the bells at Stargazer's and the Moon Temple. Ouroboros is currently guarding both locations. You don't say. Another problem to account for? Campanella is stationed at the Moon Temple. As for Stargazer's Tower, I believe Arianhod is the one guarding it. That crazy strong Nidus again, huh? That's a problem. You should be able to handle the Fool at least. Without our numbers, I doubt we can win a direct confrontation with the Steel Maiden. Is she really that strong? She is. Granted, the Society has its fair share of monsters regardless, but she surpasses even the strongest warriors they have. Her strength is inhuman. There may not be a man alive who could defeat her. Well, that's absurd. Azure, you're one of the Septine Church's dominions, aren't you? Even you wouldn't be able to oppose her. That's right, I doubt my stigma's power could put a dent in her armor. If anyone could challenge her, then maybe it would be the commander. Yes, however, the entire continent is in a state of emergency. As things are, Commander Selnet is in no position to come here. I know. Kevin had time to join us, we might have a puncher's chance. Time is a luxury we don't have. I only have an opening that could allow us to break this deadlock. There's no other choice. I have to take this chance. Hell yeah. Agreed. Doesn't matter how strong she is. No one is invincible. You're right. If we falter here, we'll never reach Bell and the others. I'm in. Let's head to Stargazer's Tower and the Moon Temple. I wish you the best of luck. But also advise that you should save Stargazer's Tower and Arianhod for last, lest you be unprepared to face her knights, let alone her, that is. You can reach the Moon Temple from the fork in the tunnel along Mine's mountain path. Rounds. I heard the Society of Ouroboros were the ones behind that LaBeurle incident last year. Haven't been the ones running the show here, but now they're guarding two key places. What the heck are they getting out of all of this? Society of Ouroboros. The snakes are even more mysterious than I heard. Just what the heck are they getting out of all this? That's my question in this. Our first destination is the Moon Temple, a ruin from the Middle Ages situated in the Mines region. According to Meister Joerg, Campanella the Fool, one of the enforcers, will be there to greet you. Luckily, he doesn't dirty his hands, so even the church's information on him is incomplete. You face a mysterious foe. I cannot tell you what he has in store for you. Be ready for anything. Campanella the Fool, one of the enforcers, will be waiting in the Moon Temple. Not tell you what tricks he has in store. Be ready for anything. We'll be able to infiltrate the city if we do something about the barrier and white ion. Isn't that right? Sure, Speaker McDowell's declaration reached Chief Sergei and the others, so they're probably already on the move. This is the final push, Lloyd. You guys go kick some butt over there. We do something about the barrier and the white ion. We can make it inside the city, right? This is the final push, Lloyd. You guys go kick some butt out there. Back in the urban network went even better than I'd expected. That said, the signal booster circuits have been cut, so there's no way we could use it again, even if we wanted to. Doesn't matter though. All we need to do is scare the crap out of the guys in Orcus Tower. And after you liberate the city, I retake my base. Up against some strong opponents, but I'm counting on you guys. Better hurry up so we can take back the city and I can reclaim my base. Just wondering where do I want to go first. The Steel Maiden. Still owe her for shattering Yin's mask. That'd be fitting to do the same. I'm not sure how I'll fare against such an overwhelming opponent, to be honest. But I will not yield. I have my own mission that I have to accomplish no matter what. Very well. Grandfather's declaration of invalidity has had major repercussions around the state. Now that the CDF has withdrawn, civil unrest might start to surface. Be a smart idea to check around the state between our missions to stop the two bells. Mostly the same lines. Is he asleep? Speaking down? No, pardon me, Lloyd. I was just lost in thought. Declaring the independent state of Crossbell invalid was a turning point in this struggle. Was it truly the just thing to do? I fear there is no correct answer. However, I have always believed that seeking the right answer is important in and of itself. It is my duty as a Speaker of the Diet, and above all, as a true Crossbellan. Thank you for what you did. We'll never forget it. Once this is all over, we'll help you in any way we can, Speaker McDowell. And I thank you for that support. When the time comes, I'll be needing it. Nothing else I can do to be useful at this stage. Declaration of Invalidity has been delivered. I will continue to reflect on how it will shape Crossbell's future. Why is that word so hard? For me, that is my duty as Speaker of the Diet, and above all, as a true Crossbellan. I keep stumbling on it. The great bells of Crossbell were situated in locations meant to amplify the powers of the Septennion. In light of what we already knew about the current situation, if you can trust Joerg's findings, I think they could create something like this along with the court's cradle. I thought the children of men would stoop so low. The deep-seated delusions of the Croy family know no bounds. I never thought someone from the society like Joerg Rosenberg would be supplying us with valuable information. As a knight of the church, I'm hesitant to take his word for anything, but it didn't seem like he was lying to us. And again, I heard there are all kinds of different people in Ouroboros. That they are. Ouroboros and the Growlsritter have crossed paths several times throughout history, just outside the gaze of the secular world. Could say we've drawn to another one. Even for as much information as our order has, we know relatively little about the Fool or the Steel Maiden's backgrounds. As things stand, we'll have to fight the two of them blind. No effective countermeasures planned ahead of time. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, they say. We may as well jump in headfirst and create those countermeasures for ourselves. Even for as much information as... Same again, like, barely changing, it's weird. After the declaration of Invalidity, the 5th Macabre left the state. We're currently in contact with them. Father Graham and his crew are busy preparing to assist us with the liberation of Crossbell City. For any of that to matter, we first need to do something about the white iron and the barrier around the city. The Moon Temple and Stargazer's Tower were both once ruins under the supervision of the Crossbell Guardian Force. Had we just learned the truth behind the bells earlier, perhaps the current situation could have been prevented. Still, I know there's no reason to dwell on it. We have fights to win, so let's keep facing forward. In terms of combined strength, the Red Constellation is probably worse than the Society. Those Ouroboros nutjobs have archaisms, and that insane lance monster, though. Beating her will probably be harder than any one battle against the Constellation. Can't take this lightly, Lloyd. Ah, you know me, I just rush in head first and everything will be fine, right? You can't underestimate him, Lloyd. Fine. Because we don't need to locate another landing spot, I have handed off my duties to Jonah for the time being. Our next opponents are from Ouroboros. Cannot predict what tricks they may use. My elbow staff and I will be prepared for anything. Cool. Well, I'm actually thinking we'll end this part here, and then the next part we'll... oh god, I keep doing things like that. And in the next part we'll see about actually getting the monster extermination quest done. Because I'm assuming, yeah, like we can get out there, right? It's just a question of like, where is it? Imagine it's out here somewhere. I'll go find them. And we'll jump around and edit around and stuff like that at the start of the next part. I feel that's the best way of doing it. Is there any way we actually could go here now that's different? Like, could we go back to, like, Bellegarde or Tangram Hill or something like that? Because I'm sure places might have actually updated. So, if we say go to America Village, what are they going to say on the current situation, considering everything that's just happened? Like, because people have moved? Yeah, people have moved, people have updated, things have changed all over the place. Nice to see you here. He's still looking at his van. I'm wondering where else. Let's check our mines. Because that might be an actual idea. We might have a round part, next part of going seeing what like the lay of the land is everywhere else in Crossbell. Now that the announcement's been made. Because you guys look the same, but... yeah, people have moved. People have moved all over the place. So, yep, next part, more rounds and monster extermination. When we'll start here, obviously, in mines. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.